Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mike. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a few updates I wanted to share with all of you. But before I get into it, just have a few housekeeping items do need to cover. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you feel that what we talk about here is of value to you. And a big thank you to all those who dropped some DigiLove into my tip jars last week. Every little bit helps, and it helps cover the cost of all the promotions we do here in the Southern California area. And if you guys have content creators that you're big fans of, you want to contribute to them, just reach out to them, let them know, say, hey, I appreciate what you do. I find value in it, and I want to compensate you for it, and let them know about DigiByte. That's another way that we can help spread awareness. And so just to get to the updates, I know I laid low a little bit last week. I had an incident the weekend before. I busted up my toe really bad, so taking a walk to the park was problematic. But it's getting better, and it's about 90%, so here we are. I do want to give a quick shout out to Matt, who created a new website called FateKnox.com. Now, this is a website with a lot of really cool DigiByte and crypto apparel and accessories. And if you're on Twitter, go ahead and give him a follow and retweet his pinned tweet. He's got a giveaway going on this week, where if you follow him and retweet his pinned tweet, you'll be entered to win one of 3 DigiID t-shirts. And he's got a great website. It's really, he's got a lot of cool stuff. And, he supports the DigiByte awareness team with 15% of his net proceeds. And now through the end of June, 50% of proceeds go to the DigiByte awareness team. He also accepts DigiByte as payment and offers a discount for paying with DigiByte. So he's got a lot of t-shirts, mugs, stickers, a lot of great DigiByte accepted here signs, some really cool stuff. So go ahead and check it out. And for anyone out there that has a DigiByte or crypto related business, or you know of one, you want me to talk about it, well, just let me know. Matt, he's a guy who's a part of the community. He reached out to me, and I'm happy to give a plug to businesses, merchants, whoever that's out there, doing their part to help spread the word for cryptocurrencies and for DigiByte. So go check out Matt's site. Again, it's FateKnox.com, FateKnocs. I'll put a link down in the description below, also a link to his Twitter. So go ahead and get yourself signed up for that giveaway. Now, I do have a meetup update. I did attend another meetup about a week and a half ago. Again, this was a non-cryptocurrency meetup, and it was one of those social mixer types where there's not like a presentation that's given, which I tend to like, because it gives some structure to the meeting, as well as, I feel like, you can learn a lot from those types of meetups. But this was more of just to show up and just start chatting up with people, which, again, I'm not the most adept at that sort of thing. I'm getting better at it, though. So I did have a few conversations with people which were really good. I did run into a gentleman by the name of Greg, who also has his own cryptocurrency meetup up in Studio City. And been meaning to check it out, because they do a field trip to a Bitcoin ATM, which I've never used before, actually. I know that the fees can be pretty high, but at the same time, it's it's not about the money, it's about sending a message, right? So if you're in the area, if you're up in the valley, go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link below to his meetup. And Greg, you had a big call last week with some people, and I know you're going to talk to them about Digi Assets, so I hope that call went well. And if you have any other questions about Digi Assets, don't hesitate to reach out either to myself or other members of the DigiByte community. We're here to help, and of course that offer extends to anyone out there with questions or interest in Digi Assets or the blockchain in general. Also had a really good conversation with a lady who organizes a local hackathon over in Santa Monica. And what was interesting is that as she was telling me about her group and what they do, she had mentioned how she lamented the fact that they don't have any content about their meetups, about what they do. They don't have any videos, they don't have any pictures, things to update their website with. And I told her about my background, working with video, and it got my hamster wheel spinning. I'm like, what if we could work out a deal where I could, go to one of her meetups with my camera, shoot some video, and edit it together, put some nice music onto it, some sound effects, something they could put up on YouTube, and maybe create some Twitter vids or things for Instagram, in exchange for DigiByte being listed as a co-sponsor of their event. So, I reached out to her, and she was open to the idea. She mentioned that they would have a leadership meeting with, I guess, the other people within her group who organized the event. And then I received an email back from her last night. She CC'd another gentleman from her group, kind of explained to him what was going on. So, yeah, hopefully something can come from that. I think it'd be a great opportunity to showcase the blockchain to young developers and even older developers. She said that all kinds of walks of life come to these types of events. So it'd be great just to create some content for them as well, and also get some exposure for the blockchain in a way that doesn't require someone from basically just opening up their own wallet and paying with their own funds. So also have an update with the baristas. My previous video we talked about tipping with baristas and my efforts here over at Fox with the cafes we have on the studio lot, and it was a good response. I I emailed the barista's supervisor, and her initial email was okay, well I'll run it by the powers that be at our next meeting and let you know what they say. And then a couple days later she replied back and she said, "Hi Mike, I spoke to my team about your suggestion. While there are some very comprehensive rules in place for what the staff can and cannot receive, we would be open to learning more. Do you have any documentation or an emailable presentation I can provide them?" Which was great. So I put together just a simple little 5-step kind of process of how it would work. Again, we do have to address how to split the tips for when they pool their tips together and split them out between all the different baristas that work during a particular shift. But for the individual cashiers, that can be done pretty quickly and easily. In fact, not long after I sent her that follow-up email, I saw her down in the cafe when I was getting some coffee, and I introduced myself, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I just saw your email, haven't looked at it yet." And we were just talking a little bit back and forth, and I get the sense that even though she was interested and eager, this is the kind of thing where it takes a while for things to get done. She kind of joked about how she was trying to get just some pads for the chairs that line up around the coffee bar, and it took months to get that done, and how their current point of sale system is just basically a temporary system because the previous system they got for whatever reason didn't work out, and so now they're trying to get the new system in place, and there's just a bunch of moving parts, and of course there's a bunch of people involved. So it could be a slow grind, and if so, well, that's just how it is. We just got to be persistent and continue to kind of prod them forward and remind them that this is something that they should look into. But overall, a positive response, which is really good. Another thing I wanted to chat about is recently a Lexus dealership in Beverly Hills, Jim Falk Lexus, began accepting Litecoin. Jim Falk Lexus is right over there, and it's it's like 5 minutes away. Well, probably 15. Because of traffic. It's just terrible everywhere, all the time. But anyway, it's super close, and so what's stopping me from going in there and talking to them about DigiByte? So maybe I go there during a lunch break or rearrange my schedule at work to find time to go there. Just take a bunch of stickers and buttons and see if I can talk them into accepting DigiByte. And even if they don't, well, at least, again, it's an opportunity to introduce DigiByte to people who may not otherwise be familiar with it. So there's a few other things going on, and I just wanted to give you some updates and continue on with the previous video. We're discussing about how we as individuals within the community can become those bridge layers. We can become the bridge between those of us who are in it and we get it and we understand why, and introducing it to those around us who aren't in it, or maybe they want to be in it, they just don't know how. Or if there's any type of business out there that you think could benefit by either accepting it as payment or using the technology to build upon whatever it is that they do. There's just so many opportunities for us to do these sorts of things. And all the things I talked about in this video, if nothing moves forward another inch, it's still a win. Because think of all the people who have now been exposed to the DigiByte blockchain, who never even heard of it until, I came along and was like, oh, have you heard about DigiByte? Have you considered accepting DigiByte? How about if we worked out a partnership where DigiByte is a co-sponsor? And so, all these people, and they're talking to their people about DigiByte, and so this is how the organic growth sustains itself. Because, even if it's something that they don't jump on right away, hey, a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, they're going to hear that word again. They're going to say, DigiByte, where have I heard that before? And again, this is where, we plant those digi seeds. So once the swell of the market, the swell of the technology, as things just progress forward and onward and upward, then those seeds, they take root and they just manifest into something really fantastic. So again, that's just the latest from my end of the world. I got some other things working on behind the scenes. Not a lot I really want to talk about, of course, because you don't want to give too many details because things aren't really cemented yet, and don't want to jinx it or don't want to just say, oh well, this is happening when it's not. I don't want to give a false impression, but there are other things just like on the business development end of just trying to, again, laying the bridge work, connecting people to the technology, to the community, or to other companies that are involved with the technology. And it's a great experience. I mean, it's a lot of work, sure, but I mean, this is where someone like myself sees the value in DigiByte because of the opportunities to do things that I would not otherwise have the opportunity to do. And maybe that's a topic for a future video, because that's something I don't think really gets addressed or dug too deeply on. So yeah, maybe it's a thought for some other time. But anyway, that's the latest from myself, from my edge of the DigiVerse. Hope you guys are finding a lot of success in everything you're doing. Again, that is my challenge to you, to members of the community, is to go out into the world and find people who you think could benefit from DigiByte, to benefit from the technology, and introduce it to them. You don't have to beat them over the head with it. Just do it in really, subtle ways. Again, we're just planting seeds in a lot of cases, because, sometimes that's all that's necessary, and sometimes that's the only opportunity available. But, that opportunity could grow into something larger, whether it be, a partnership to be a co-sponsor at an event, or whether it's, finding a business that's willing to onboard DigiByte as a form of payment. So anyway, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Also check the description box. There's going to be a lot of links down there for all kinds of stuff. And yeah, you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, cheers.